Hey guys, what's going on? Happy New Year. It is 2017, so I hope it's a great one, man. I really hope you're moving into this year with a lot of excitement, a lot of momentum. I hope you're already doing things that are going to change your life, and I hope this is another year in the making for you, man. I'm super stoked myself, man. I'm about 10 days away from moving down south. I got a 6-figure opportunity I'm pursuing. There's a lot of things that are going on down there. I'll be speaking to high schools. There's so much cool stuff. But I gotta be honest with you, because a year ago today, I had just been fired from a pizza delivery job, and I was making balloon animals for tips in order to survive, frankly. And all of the things that I've accomplished in the last year have been the result of one tiny shift that I made. I didn't start last year off with this radical transformation of I'm gonna be this awesome balloon artist, and I'm gonna be the best, and I'm gonna take these classes and have this coach. It didn't start that way. I had a Saturn SL1, a little car that I had been driving since I was 16. I barely knew how to make balloon animals. I knew how to make simple ones very, very well, but other than that, it was it. And it's all changed. I mean, this last year has been unbelievable. I've found success, and I didn't start off that year. You know, there's a woman whose name I can't remember, but she's one of the 50 most influential women. She's the author of I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and she says that success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. And I love that definition. For me, a more clear definition is living life on your own terms, adding the value that you want to add without sacrificing the things you value the most, and being able to receive ample compensation in return. And that's freedom for me. That's success, and I've achieved that. And so I promised you guys that this year I would be using my balloons to show you how to blow up success in your own life, because these stupid things are a really simple skill. They're not really all that valuable. It's a really soft skill, but it's changing my life, man. I'm about to blow up in the biggest ways this year. I'll be a professional speaker, and I'm changing my life in all through these balloons, so I can only imagine what you're going to be doing. I want to show you something though. I told you how I made a little shift that changed everything for me. But a year ago, if you would have asked me if you would have asked me to make you a teddy bear, I would have made you the same one that I've made for years. I mean, it's the one that I learned when I was 12 years old. Nothing changed about it. And, you know, after you learn how to make a dog and then move that dog into like the same design, it's also a giraffe or whatever. It's all the simple stuff. I don't make simple things anymore. Obviously, you've seen my Facebook page, but this is the teddy bear that I made when I was a kid, and a year ago, this is the teddy bear that I would have made you. And I'll be honest with you, this skill right here would not have gotten me very far. It's cute. Parents are, they're kind of annoyed actually usually when you make this, because they don't want to tip you for something kind of lame like this. There's no way in a million years that I could have traded a million of these things for the car that I'm driving right now. I traded balloon animals for a car, and I'll show you the one thing that kind of changed that for me. It wasn't a radical shift. It was just a tiny 1 degree turn that changed everything for me. And it's this little thing right here. This is called a 360. It's one size up from the size that everybody else uses. And when you blow it up, it's much bigger. Now, the reason why you don't see, balloon artists or clowns or whatever at the fair using these is because they are literally twice as expensive as any other, I'm gonna move that real quick, as any other balloon that they could possibly use. This is $10 a bag for the same quantity as the $5 a bag that they see. And I'll be honest with you, I was afraid to buy these for the first time. But the guy at the store, he showed me that I could make all the exact same things. I could be doing the exact same twists and designs that I do nowadays, just with a different size balloon, and having insanely different results. I'm gonna show you the difference here real fast, because this is the change that started everything. Nowadays I'm making like huge sculptures. I'll make massive race cars or the genie from Aladdin. I can make just about anything because I've shifted just one thing and learned to accommodate my life according to that new skill. And here we go. 1 second. I'm just going to show this to you. This is really hard to do in a car, by the way. Look at this. This is the teddy bear that I make nowadays, and this is the teddy bear that I made back then. Cool. Different size difference. But people look at this and they'll give you a $5 tip for this. That's it, just if I'm working off of tips, man. I can make anywhere from $5 to $10 a balloon just because I changed the shape, the size of the balloon that I was already making. And it reminds me, when I was So I got a buddy, his name's Steve, and Steve lives on a 50-foot sailboat down in South Florida in the Florida Keys. And so I drove all the way down to Key West, and I got on his sailboat for the first time. And I had been sailing before in like lakes and small places where you can see, you have reference points as far as where you're going. And I'd never been out in the open ocean, and we hop in this a sailboat, and his job was to man the wind. He's gonna manage the sails, and I had to steer the boat in the open ocean with no reference points. And oh my gosh, man, he had this iPad, and it had a little, it had a map on it. It was a sailing app, and it showed you this red line as far as where you're headed, the direction you're headed right now. And all I had to do was drive in a straight line, and I sucked at it, man. I was like, you just make a little turn here and a little turn there and a little turn, like it was zigzagged all the way in our rear view. If you would have been able to see the road that we had traveled, it was all over the place. And you can use that. It's the same kind of technique here. And what's crazy is that you make a 1 degree shift when you're out in the open ocean. By the time you get to Cuba, you missed Cuba by like 1,000,000 miles. And then you can use that to your advantage, or you can use that to your disadvantage. Because right now, if you look at your life, you look at the goals you have for your life and the vision and the dream, you want to go this direction. But if you don't make a subtle shift, you're not going to get there. Here's the thing. What I want to say is that success isn't all that hard. The growing isn't all that hard. I made one tiny modification in the size of the balloon that I use, and I went from being a pizza delivery boy a year ago, barely scraping by, not knowing what the heck I'm doing, to trading for vehicles and having total freedom and having a 6-figure opportunity next year and changing my own life. Did I have a radical transformation? No. Was it super hard to make that change? No. But the results are insane. So I want to ask you, what is the one thing you can do this year? Just one simple shift. Whether it's reading for 10 minutes a day, or finding a mentor, or joining a mastermind program, or whatever that one tiny thing is that would totally transform everything just by nature of that subtle shift. You made that decision now, and it will change everything in the course of direction for the future. For mine, it was the size of a balloon. It could be even easier for you. God bless. Blow up success. We'll talk at you soon. See ya.